But look, man, I know that there's a lot of love in the world, and if you just choose to be loving, dude, if you really just choose to be loving, that you'll find the power to do it. And when there are moments where you think you can't do it, you can't go to work, you don't want to apply for a job, you don't want to ask for help, you don't want to do it, to then do whatever that action is that you don't want to do, man, it's so powerful. That's so powerful, that contrary action, bro. There's so much power in that, man. And then walls will open up you can't even see. Walls inside of yourself, possibilities will open up you can't even see. Because nothing's gonna change if you don't change. Things aren't gonna be different. Nothing changes if nothing changes. But you know, for you to start saying, hey, I believe that I could do this. I believe that.
I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. So I work hard at it though. You fucking better believe that. People are like, you know what the fuck you're doing? I'm like, yeah, but I'll be there every fucking day.
You know, one thing I always loved was I've always loved in my life was just feeling like the underdog. You know, just that survivor instinct, that thing like, you know, that dirty little M&M, that, you know, that Marshall Mathers that lived in the base of your brain. You know, that thing that got you like, I got this. I can take care of me. I will survive. Because you had to, I felt like a little bit more when I was growing up. But now it's gotten a little more like, oh, everybody's gonna survive. You know, the government, everyone will be taken care of. There will be a stipend, everybody will. And I'm not saying that that's wrong, but I'm saying that that's killed that survival instinct and that pilot light inside of us, that like, I feel like that's killed it.
I just felt ashamed of myself. Yeah, I felt ashamed of how I looked. I felt ashamed of like my ears, my nose, my face, the way I stood. Yeah, I felt ashamed of my family, of my home. Everything. I just felt a ton of it. I'm not whining about it right now. I'm just thinking back. But yeah, I just felt a ton of shame. You know, I think I felt ashamed of who I was at like the first molecule almost, like the first cell of my, you know, the dirt under the roots. It felt like there was a part of me that I felt like I was me, or anything that had to do with me was gross.
It's not that you felt you were gross, it's you believed you were.
If someone else spoke to me the way that I speak to myself, you know, I'd have to kill that son of a bitch because, you know, I couldn't tolerate that. I don't know why we're just so mean to ourselves, man. You know, I don't know why I get so addicted to things. You know, I'm even addicted to damn nasal spray. You know, that's about the hardest thing I've had to kick, to be honest with you.
Man, I appreciate your honesty here. But yeah, man, I'm sorry that you are so mean to yourself. You know, and I don't mean that as a reflection of who you are, because I know, like me, you don't want to be. You know, you don't want to be. You know, I realized this the other day. I used to think that, I expected myself to be perfect. So then I never was, because it's impossible. So then, therefore, I'm so hard on myself. You know? Because I thought that I wasn't cared for as a child, and I'm not trying to self-pity. I'm just looking at what was a part of my life. That I wasn't cared for as a child, so therefore I took it on myself. Oh, if I was better, if I was perfect, then I would be loved. You know, I'm not perfect enough. I'm not good enough. You know, I'm not good enough for my mother to see me. I'm not good enough for my father to stay alive. I had this epiphany not long ago, that I thought that if I was better, if I was perfect, if I did everything right as a kid, I thought this. I didn't know until just recently that I thought it, but it came up. That if I did everything right, that my father would stay alive. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because I know how hard it is to take care of ourselves. And guess what? You get exactly what you wanted. You get alone. You end up feeling alone. You end up being alone. You end up being alone, man. And if you're not alone, you end up fucking feeling alone. And that's the same. Being alone and feeling alone,
It's two different things. You can be alone, but you could be married, you can be in a family of 4 and feel alone as fuck. Because you don't want to open up. You don't want to let people in. You don't want to admit that I need help. I need help just with this minute. You don't want to take your spouse in the other room and say, hey, I just, I need help thinking about this for a second. I just need help. This is my fear right here. I'm scared that I'm going to do this and that you're going to feel this way. Okay, and then that's you being brave. Now, if somebody then puts you on that, puts you down in that moment or does that kind of thing, then you know who they are. Or then you can start to figure that out, but it may take them getting used to you being that way. But yeah, man, it's been the scariest thing in my life is to admit that I don't want to be alone.
And try not to do everything by myself. That's one of my things I struggle with sometimes. I want to do it all alone. But the saddest thing I realize when you do everything alone, after it's done, there's nobody to talk to about it. But that's what it's like these days. Things get so busy that, I don't know if I'm living sometimes or if I'm doing a to-do list. And then I don't know whose to-do list it is sometimes. I don't know if it's my own things that I want to be doing. Is it things that I feel like people want me to be doing? Like, whose expectations am I living up to? Or am I chasing? Or am I trying to fulfill? That's what I wonder sometimes. Whose goal is this? Whose expectation? Is this mine?
Everything's going to be okay. Everything you're worried about is going to be okay. That too, whatever it is, that also is going to be fine.